I interviewed my friend Emily Edmonds in order to research and compile my cultural diversity speech. By way of introduction, Emily was born and raised in Chelsea, England, and moved to the United States in 2009 to help expand her family's accounting business. Her husband moved here with her, and they have 2 boys. Both sets of their parents remain living in England as their primary residence, but Emily's family frequently travel back and forth to Florida on family business. Emily's family are very much traditionalists, with her recently moving to the United States and many of their roots remaining still in England. Her family continues to practice the same English traditions that they always have. In talking with her, the biggest difference I could tell was the housing that they have in England. One of the biggest things I thought was odd as compared to what we do here in the United States was in England it was very common for owners to give their houses names. House naming started with the rich many, many years ago. The rich often named their residences after halls, manors, castles, and lodges. The names were mainly according to ancestry, location, and family titles. Today, they still continue with house naming. However, they're inspired by an array of sources, which could be anything from location and local history to literature and legends. The English also use the same way of identification for houses that we do here in the United States by assigning a number and a street name to a house as well as naming their houses. Emily explained to me that England is full of culture and traditions which have been around for hundreds of years. When many people think of England, they think of people sitting around eating chips and fish and drinking mint juleps or having afternoon tea. While many English still do partake in these activities, they have many of the same traditions that we have here in the United States. I found that their social customs are very much similar to what we practice in my family. For example, the English often bring hostess gifts while attending a party or dinner at someone's house, as well as sending thank you notes for a gift or kind gestures. Both men and women hold the doors open for one another, and it's quite common in England to stand in a queue, which is what they refer to as a line, while waiting for a bus or an event. These customs are practiced in the United States, however, in my interactions, it seems these customs are not as widely practiced here by all Americans and are becoming less and less of a practice as years move on. These practices continue, however, to be a large staple in England. English holidays are much like with ours with the exception of a few things. Some examples that I understood from her was that the English celebrate Mother's Day, however in England it's referred to as Mothering Day and it's celebrated in March, not May. In England they also celebrate a holiday called Twelfth Day, which is the last day of the Christmas season. In the Church of England, the Christmas season begins at evening prayer on Christmas Eve, and Twelfth Night is when all of the Christmas decorations should be removed, so not to bring bad luck upon your home, which is also 12 days after Christmas occurred, so it's usually on January 6th. If you do not remove the decorations on 12th day, then they should remain up all year as not to bring bad luck. Additionally, the English have a national holiday referred to as St. George's Day, which is celebrated in April. St. George was a brave Roman soldier who protested against the Romans' torture of Christians and died for his beliefs. After speaking with Emily and learning about her family's customs and traditions and upbringing, it occurred to me that life in England is not much different than how they live now and how I raised my family here in the United States. Aside from the English, I feel practicing better manners and social etiquette there most oftenly occurs more so than in the United States. However, I learned that their holidays are very much like the ones we celebrate here, even if they celebrate it on a different day or have a different national leader that they're celebrating.